I was the one speaking. A bully took advantage of a woman who couldn't read. He tricked her into stamping a demolition contract. The next day, he drove an excavator over, ready to flatten her house completely, because he arrogantly believed that a crazy woman wouldn't understand a word he said and could be kicked out at will. But he didn't expect that the woman who'd been unstable for 20 years would have a sudden emotional reaction to his words. She said this was the home she shared with her son. The bully assumed she was talking about the boy she'd picked up from the street, so he didn't take it seriously. He bragged that I had my eyes on this land, and it would be developed soon. If the two of them cooperated, they might even live a better life, but she refused to move no matter what. The bully lost patience. He slapped her to the ground, then ordered his men to tear down the house. Neighbors rushed over after hearing the commotion. They accused the bully of ignoring the woman for 20 years and only showing up when demolition profits were involved. One angry neighbor even threw rotten vegetables at his face. The bully flew into a rage, threatening to make them pay the price. But what he didn't know was that the one who would pay the price was him, because the CEO he mentioned was actually me, and the name she called out was my childhood nickname. 20 years ago, I inherited a rare blood disease from my father. People with this illness were said to never live past 30. She broke down in tears when she found out, because 6 years earlier, her husband had died from the same disease. Now she was about to watch me die too. My grandmother arrived at the hospital. Back then she had looked down on my mother, thought she didn't deserve my father, and refused to let her in the family. Now that my father had died, and the family line was about to end. Once she learned my mother had given birth to me, she rushed over that night, trying to fight for custody. When my mother refused, my grandmother shouted at her, calling her selfish, accusing her of risking my life for pride and vanity, telling her to face reality. Only by returning to our home could I receive the best treatment. For my sake, she agreed. So after I was discharged, she threw me a final birthday party. At the party, I made a wish with childish innocence, hoping she would never be sad again. She held back her tears, sang me one last lullaby. After I fell asleep, she left. A letter and a ring. I never expected her to abandon me. I ran after her in tears, trying to stop her. But just as she reached the roadside, she was hit by a speeding car, and I saw it all happen. 20 years passed. I missed her every day, not knowing. She had survived, but lost her memory in the crash and became mentally unstable. Even so, she still picked up scraps for money to help pay for my treatment. One day I saw this from my car window, just as I was about to get out and confirm her identity. A little boy called her Grandma, and all my doubts disappeared. I thought I had mistaken someone else out of longing. I didn't know the boy was just an orphan she'd picked up, and because of that, I missed the chance to reunite with her back at the company. I announced that the next major development project would take place in a rural area. I ordered the bully to handle the residents' relocation, but he got greedy and planned to pocket the demolition money when she refused to cooperate.